Welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to do the following. First, I want to take a closer look at NVIDIA. We did get some pretty cool updates about NVIDIA and TSMC late today. I also want to take a closer look at some kind of AI stocks that took a massive hit. We can see like Oracle was down roughly 7%. We also saw a lot of AI infrastructure players down a nice amount. The overall market was all over the place today. So I want to kind of share my overall thoughts, what stocks I'm buying, what are my overall sentiment for the overall market right now. And then I also want to talk about Google. We saw some pretty cool updates that I think investors should know. So let's take a closer look in today's episode.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
All right, so just want to start off here with Nvidia. This is obviously my number one stock, and today we did see a pretty cool update. I don't think it's an update that should move the stock price in the short term of things, but I think it just showcases um, the overall fast pace of not just Nvidia, more importantly, TSMC. So today, Nvidia's founder and CEO Jensen Huang visited TSMC's semiconductor manufacturing facility in Phoenix to celebrate the first Nvidia Blackwell wafer produced on U.S. soil, representing that the Blackwell has reached volume production here in the United States. Jensen mentions that this is a historic moment for several reasons. It's the very first time in recent American history that the single most important chip is being manufactured here in the United States by the most advanced fab by TSMC here in the United States. We could see that after hours, TSMC is up roughly 0.41%, even though the stock was down roughly 1.5%. Yesterday, I covered TSMC's earnings. I thought earnings were amazing and it gave a great indication about the overall AI ecosystem. We also saw that TSMC is expanding a little bit more in Arizona due to the crazy demand we're seeing. So first, as an American, it just seems pretty insane, and something to be proud about, right? To see have the most advanced chips being built here in land. They do also mention that TSMC's Arizona will produce advanced technologies, including 2 to 3 and 4 nanometer chips, as well as A16 chips, all essential for applications like AI, telecommunications, and high performance computing. Now, the final thing is NVIDIA is going to have NVIDIA GTC Washington, D.C. on running October 27th to 29th. That is something that us investors should definitely keep a closer eye on. I can't believe it's October 17th, so it's about 10 days away for the keynote. If you want information about the overall AI ecosystem, make sure to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Now, Sundar, the CEO of Google, posted a pretty cool update of everything we kind of shared in this overall episode in this channel the past few days. But altogether, we kind of see the updates that have been brought to Google AI, aka Gemini. So for creators, an upgraded VO 3.1 model provides enhanced realism, richer audio, and more. I personally enjoy VO 3.1. It is insane. It's crazy where AI is going. They also kind of brought Banana Nano um, image modeling to a lot of their products as well. Not only that, AI mode is rolling out to 200 plus countries and territories in 43 languages already right now. And it does seem like Sundar mentioned Gemini 3.0 will be released this year. So Google, in my opinion, is killing it in the AI market. This is a stock we easily talked about when it was in the 140s, the 150s, and I'm pretty happy we did because I personally bought a nice amount. The stock is now sitting at $253. So I think Google will continue to dominate in the overall AI market. Very similar to Nvidia. These are two stocks that I'm not planning on buying anytime soon. If it was to buy, it would be very small dollar cost averaging. Now, what I want to do next is kind of just look at the overall market and stocks that kind of saw a lot of volatility. So I have a lot of watch lists, and I don't think I've ever shared these watch lists like in videos, but maybe today is the day. So I have things like my babies, and these are the stocks that I'm really wanting to go heavy on, or ones that are really big in my position, in my portfolio: hardware and software, Bitcoin mining, chips and AI, nuclear power and cooling. I'm not going to go through the whole list on all the lists, but let's start off with my babies, right? My babies are the ones that are either big in my portfolio or I want to add them. So I just want to share a few thoughts. AMD was down roughly 0.63% right now. For me, AMD is still dollar cost average. It's not something where I'm loading the truck right now. The OpenAI deal was pretty good and positions this to be $1 trillion company. But thanks to my nice position size, I'm in no rush on adding. Marvell Technologies, again, another one that I believe is a multi-bagger with the recent run up. It's another dollar cost averaging. Same with Nvidia and CoreWeave, right? All these are big positions in my overall portfolio that I've gone heavy in during downturns. Right now, if I wanted to do more, is small dollar cost average. Now, GitLab is one that's in green right now. So GitLab is one that I'm actually own, and I wouldn't mind buying more right now. So green doesn't mean I'm buying though. It means I wouldn't mind buying if I get a nice amount of influx and increase my overall position on GitLab. We also have Nebius here. Nebius is one that I don't have color coded just yet, but with the recent down, it was down roughly 7.8%. I'm not going crazy buying the dip, but if there was one that was kind of screaming my name a little bit outside of GitLab, I do think it's Nebius. Now, in previous episodes, I did mention that right now I feel more comfortable adding kind of mature players opposed to kind of not speculative names, but high growth names. Those two really big players that I don't mind adding right now are Synopsys and Amazon. Most recently, I actually did add Synopsys to my portfolio about 2 days ago. Again, this is one that I talked about of stocks that I was planning on buying. Amazon is still heavy on the list as well. If I do get a nice, maybe extra $15,000-$20,000 in the portfolio in forms of cash, Amazon would be one that I would be buying pretty soon if we stay at these levels. Now, I do want to say these two are kind of more mature. Not, I believe they're slower growers, but can still beat the market. But I would say if the market, especially on high beta names, continues to go down, it wouldn't be impossible or irrational for me to sell these positions to go into those heavy beta names. But right now, where we currently stand, any new money, I don't mind putting here in Synopsys or Amazon at the moment. So those are the ones. Now we also saw some other interesting players. I'm just gonna look at some of the top names here. So some of the hardware, we saw a lot of stocks in the AI speculative play kind of take a hit. SoundHound, Recursion down both 8% roughly. Surf Robotics, Oracle took about a 7% hit. So Oracle is one that is in my portfolio as well. When we talk about, I have no rush of dollar cost averaging into this one right now. Right now, I'm happy with the gains. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any ones that you guys are buying. We also saw a lot of Bitcoin mining stocks kind of take a hit. Most of them were down about low to mid single digits. The only one I'm really keeping an eye out right now is White Fiber. Maybe Mara Holdings, but nothing definite now. I'm most likely going to be doing research and probably be doing White Fiber is definitely higher on the list of a maybe here for these speculative names. But I wouldn't mind kind of waiting a little bit more to see if things drop. I have a speculative name in White Fiber, Mara Holdings. Maybe I might be covering this in a smaller deep dive later this weekend. But outside of that, none others caught my attention in Bitcoin miners that have the potential to grow. Then what else do I have? Chips and AI. Chips and AI. This is, we saw in forms of negative air test systems. That's a stock that I own. Maybe a decent small dollar cost averaging on air test system. What else do we see? We saw Nvidia's down a nice amount, 7%. I'm not touching that one anytime soon. Nothing else really kind of stuck into me. Astera Labs has really taken a hit recently. I mean, this is a stock that was over $200, now sitting at 159. Astera Labs might be one I wouldn't mind doing research not buying, but research on to see if the excitement there or the recent pull downs should be something investors should keep a closer eye on. But we'd love to hear your thoughts on what you guys are planning on buying, what you guys are thinking of selling. At the moment, it's very rare for me to sell anything due to the negative downtrend. If it is, it's just to move it to a better opportunity. But right now, that's not the case. I kind of talked up to that I'm really willing to buy right now, and some of the speculative names that have my eyes as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you all tomorrow for AMD weekly episode. That's going to be a long one because AMD announced a lot and a lot of things this past week. Take care and see you next time.